Okay, guys, today we are moving on to two-step linear inequalities. Okay, it's just like two-step equations. I don't think you guys are going to really have any problem with it. In the tutorial, I apologize. I'm not able to write on the screen and then enter, so you're going to have to bear with me and kind of listen, rewind if you miss something. But what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to talk through what would have to happen. Now, we're going to solve for y. So the first thing we do is back out the -3. We would add 3 to both sides. Adding doesn't change the inequality. So that would give me 2y is less than or equal to 8. We would divide both sides by 2. And that would leave me with y is less than or equal to 4. Notice we didn't change the sign because we were dividing by a +2. Okay, now in this case, I'm solving for v, so I'm going to back out the 10 first. I would subtract 10 from both sides, and in your next line, you should have 3v is greater than or equal to -9. Negative 9. We would divide the -9 by +3, and v would be greater than or equal to -3. Once again, not changing the inequality because we were dividing by a +3. Okay, now here you have a double negative. So this is going to cancel each other out and make a positive. So we're really not worried about this right here. It's just there to confuse us a little bit. But if you subtract a negative, that's a positive. If I take away a negative, that is positive. So we're going to add 4 to both sides, and that's going to give me z is greater than 8. Okay, here's one of the first ones I have to pay attention to. Now, we are going to add 8 to both sides. Adding 8 to both sides, -4 plus 8 is +4. We have -2p is less than or equal to +4. Now, we're going to divide that +4 by a -2, so our answer is going to be -2. But p was being divided by a -2. So this inequality flips from less than or equal to greater than or equal to. Okay, in this one, 10 plus 2u is greater than or equal to 2. We would subtract 10 from both sides. 2 minus 10 is -8. We would divide the -8 by 2, and we get -4. Since we're dividing by a +4, it does not flip the inequality. Okay. Adding 4 to both sides, 3j minus 4 is less than or 2. We would add 4 to both sides. That gives me 3j is less than 6. 3j is less than 6. I divide 6 by 3. That's going to give me 2. Since I'm dividing by a positive, the inequality is not going to change. And okay, let's see. All right, once again, we have that double negative. So it looks intimidating. It looks like it's there to try to confuse us. It's not going to. We're going to add 4 to both sides. Adding 4 to both sides, that gives me +5c is greater than -5. We would divide both sides by a +5. Inequality is not going to flip, and we're going to be left with -1. Okay, now one of the things that I recommend in this is the negative sign could cause a problem if I had to divide, but remember, I'd prefer to have my variable on the left-hand side. So I'm going to add d to both sides. That means d plus 5 is greater than -2. D plus 5 is greater than -2. We would subtract 5 from both sides, and d is greater than -7. That's not the only way to do it, but I think it's the most efficient way, and I don't have to divide by a negative. Okay, 4 plus 2k is less than 10. Okay, we would subtract 4 from both sides. That gives me 2k is less than 6. Divide 6 by 2, and that's going to give me k is less than 3. inequality doesn't flip because we were dividing by positive. Okay, I'm only going to do a handful more, and I think you guys get the general idea. I don't think you're going to have too many problems with two-step linear inequalities today. All right, so we're going to start off, we're going to subtract 1 from both sides. That gives me negative w is less than or equal to 19, but we have to divide by negative 1 to solve for positive w. Okay, when I divide by negative 1, this inequality is going to flip from less than to greater than, and 19 will flip to negative 19. Okay. All right, I think the last one, and then you guys can get to work on this section. I'll do another one in K9. Now, 7 minus r is greater than or equal to 1. Subtract 7 from both sides. 1 minus 7 is negative 6. Negative r is greater than or equal to negative 6. We would divide both sides by negative 1. And in doing so, this greater than or equal to is going to flip to less than or equal to, and then negative 6 is going to become positive 6. Okay. Good luck, guys.